The new MSI Claw has really caught my eye. We have got some intriguing benchmarks pitting it against the Asus ROG Ally, and there's a lot to talk about. It's not just about the numbers, there's a bigger picture here for the gaming community. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. The tale of two models, Core Ultra 5 versus Core Ultra 7. The core of the MSI Claw story lies in the stark performance contrast between its two models, the Core Ultra 5 and the Core Ultra 7. As someone who cherishes every FPS in a gaming experience, I was intrigued by the Bilibili video that provided a side-by-side comparison. The more affordable Core Ultra 5 struggles to keep pace with its higher-end sibling, particularly in high-demand games like Cyberpunk 2077. Now let's talk about the performance analysis. At 28 watt, the Core Ultra 5 135H averaged 34 FPS, while the Core Ultra 7 155H managed around 37 FPS. When the wattage dropped to 20 watt, the 135H's frame rates dipped alarmingly, often into the low 20s. Coming to settings and resolution impact, conducted at 1920 x 1080 resolution with the AL engine from MSI Claw's Dragon Center enabled, the tests highlight a significant gap. This was a key moment of realization for me, indicating that power isn't the only factor. Optimization plays a super crucial role. Comparing the giants, MSI Claw versus Asus ROG Ally, the gaming world is no stranger to rivalries, and the MSI Claw finds itself pitted against the Asus ROG Ally. Price-wise, the Claw is a bit more expensive than the Ally. The Ally starts at $599 with an AMD Ryzen Z1 processor, and its beefier $699 model sports an AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme. The Claw, on the other hand, kicks off at $699 for an Intel Core Ultra 5 125U processor and 512GB SSD, and ramps up to $799 for the Intel Core Ultra 7 155H with 1TB SSD. While the Claw offers more storage in its higher-end model, the Ally's affordability is a big plus. If the Ally's AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme performs well, it could be a game changer. But if Intel's Meteor Lake processors outshine AMD, the higher price of the Claw might just be justified. For now, the Ally wins this round for its lower cost. Coming to the design now, the Claw is touted for its ergonomics. The unique grips on the back remind me of a gamepad and could solve the issue of discomfort I've had during long gaming sessions with the Ally. However, the Claw's menu buttons felt awkwardly placed, and the bumpers were a tad too squishy for my liking. So, in terms of design, it's a tie for now. When it comes to graphics, it's the classic Intel versus AMD showdown. The Ally is equipped with AMD Ryzen Z1 and Z1 Extreme processors, while the Claw boasts Intel Core Ultra 5 125U and Ultra 7 155H processors. We don't have performance benchmarks for the Claw yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Both the Ally and Claw have similar 7-inch 1080p displays at 120Hz, but we need to test the Claw's screen ourselves to see which is better. In terms of software, it's a battle between the Ally's Armory Crate and the Claw's MSI Center M. Both have their quirks, but MSI Center M looks promising with its dedicated section for major gaming apps and platforms. However, without a full test, it's hard to say which software is better. There are noticeable differences in design, processing power, and software, but the real test will be how they perform in real-world usage. Final thoughts, which one should we go for? Now, I gotta say, I was a bit let down by the performance results at first, but then I remembered something crucial. These are pre-release drivers we're talking about, so it's not exactly the final picture. Are these frame rates we're seeing right now? They're not set in stone. The cool thing is, MSI Claw's benchmarks are likely to improve as the Intel Arc drivers get better over time. So if the current performance seems a bit meh, just hold on a bit. It looks like things are going to get better with future updates. These early benchmarks, while not flattering, should be taken with a grain of salt. The gaming industry is dynamic and ever-evolving, with frequent instances of devices making remarkable comebacks. Now, the ultimate question, how do we decide? Consumer considerations play a huge role here. The decision to choose between models like the Core Ultra 5 and Core Ultra 7 is not simple considering the price gap. For me, and likely many other gamers, it involves weighing the value of performance versus cost. Honestly, if you're considering one, you should probably lean towards the Core Ultra 7 155H model. I mean, sure, it's a bit more expensive, but compared to the Core Ultra 5 135H units, it's just a whole lot better. The Core Ultra 5 models just feel underpowered, you know? Also, guys, if you found this guide useful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Your support means the world to us.